Hello, and welcome to episode 13 of the Noiseblast Hour, sponsored by Noise Engineering. I'm your host, Chris, and we are so excited to have Megan Leber as our guest today. You probably, if you're watching the Noiseblast, you probably know Megan. She is an incredible performer from the Netherlands, and she is known for both her techno and ambient work. She's extremely popular on Instagram. You've probably seen her. You've definitely heard her. If you are at all active in the modular scene, her music is everywhere and she is everywhere, and with really good reason. I was extremely happy when she agreed to come on. And so without further ado, have a look at the set that she submitted, and then stick around for the interview with Megan at the end of the show. And again, if you don't know Megan, please check out the links in the description to all of the places that you can find her work. Take it away, Megan. All right, so I am here with Megan, who performed that amazing set that we just watched. Megan, thank you so much. First question I always ask, can you tell us a bit about the set that you performed?
Yes. Well, the big role is for the Rangoon from Gas from Big T Music, and it's it's actually rings, but then a different. I don't know if you can see it over here. That's the main role of the modular. And it's modulated by tides. Pretty much everything's modulated. It's clocked by the Westlicht Performer. I made a 5-step sequence, and it's going through the Desmodus Versio. You probably know that one.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Oh, don't buy it. No, I love it. And I think that's the modular part. Then I'm using the Octatrack for the kick and the percussion, and the Digitone for a few other synth sounds. And I mix it with the Zone 96.
Very nice.
That's it, I think. Yeah.
It was such a complex sounding patch with so few things. It's really impressive how you managed to weave all of that together. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, thanks.
So you've been fascinated by music from a really early age. Tell us a little bit about your journey, and when you started into music and sort of how you got here.
Well, I think, I've always been fascinated by music or making music with a piano or guitar. But I think I got into electronic music production when I was 17 or 18. I started with Reason on my laptop and just nerding a bit. And then I found out about Ableton, and I was like, whoa, you can do all kinds of live stuff and with clips. And then I got a MIDI controller and a synthesizer, a drum computer, and I think it's 2 years ago I started modular. 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, because I had a little bit of a block, creative block, and was always fascinated with modular, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do it because I knew this was going to happen, but I couldn't hold myself from it. So then I thought, okay, let's just do it. And I haven't regretted it ever since, because it gave my creativity a boost, and it was everything I hoped it would be and more maybe. So I was like, oh, I cannot go back now. So
I hear that a lot, that people find that modular makes, when they're feeling that creative block, modular really helps them with that. Why do you feel that it did that for you?
Well, maybe it's because it's so hands-on. I love to I do know how to make certain patches or sounds, but I also love to experiment and just twist some knobs or go really slow with something and see what happens. And I always miss that in Ableton, or if I'm working with software, I'm working very differently from modular. I don't know, the possibilities to create whatever I want, to put in there whatever I want, and to not put in there what I don't want. So I don't know, just everything's possible. I think
that makes a lot of sense to me. We hear a lot of people say that, just being tactile and really putting your hands on it is what makes it really exciting for a lot of users. They really like to step away from the computer and get in there and get your hands not dirty, but get your hands dirty and
Yeah, yeah.
play. So it is really fun to just, the way I describe even just learning modular is just getting in there and plugging shit in,
Yeah,
and
just
there's
do it.
just all those happy accidents, and yeah,
Yeah.
we can patch exactly what we want, but sometimes it's really fun to just plug something in and see what happens.
Doing it wrong or not
Yeah.
follow the rules and just do something. Yeah. Yeah, I really like that.
How does your background influence the music that you make?
Well, I think I have always been into electronic music, and I think it's my mom's fault. Well, not really fault, because I'm really thankful, but yeah, we always listened to electronic music when we were little. She put on these house mixes or dance mixes in the car when we were driving, and it made me feel a certain way, which I cannot explain. I still can't, but it's this feeling, or I cannot explain. It's a feeling, and I also have the feeling when I'm making music. I'm totally lost when I'm busy with this. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a feeling, and it never went away. So yeah, it started early. It started early on, I think.
That's
and
amazing.
Then later when I was grown up, I went to festivals and clubs, and yeah, then you meet more people who like the same music, and yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What I think we've kind of touched on this a little bit, but what inspires you?
I think I am more inspired by sounds or modules or gear than I am by people, or than I don't know really if I have a certain person who inspires me the most, but it's more if I see a piece of gear or a module which can do certain stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to try that. And then my head goes, I have all these ideas and it doesn't stop. And then I get inspired by what I can do with that. So yeah, of course there are people who I think make great music. Yeah, in the ambient scene, for instance, it's Taiko. I love the music Taiko makes, but yeah, it's a lot. It's not one person that I say, oh, that's he or she's inspiring me.
That actually brings me to something I had wanted to ask you a bit later, but I'll bring it out now.
Yeah.
So you have a really small setup that you do amazing things with, and maybe you have other things scattered through your studio, but anytime I see you performing, it's always with a modest setup. And so when you go to pick up a new module or put it in a rack that you're going to be performing with, what do you look for when you buy a new module? What makes you say, I'm going to add that to my collection?
If I almost cannot hold myself from buying it, I am very happy with what I have right now. So I'm not into that buying mode right now. But if I buy new stuff, it's because I might miss a certain sound, or if I can do really creative stuff with it. Yeah, it's hard to say, because I love to have something granular in it, and some of voices like Atlantis or Rings or Rangoon, and then a great reverb. So I and a great sequencer. So I think if I buy something new, it has to be something I can replace with that, with one of those elements, I think. Yeah, there are lots of cool modules. If I can be very creative with them, that's what I love the most. But yeah, it doesn't really necessarily have to be very hands-on. For example, I would love to try the Intelligent Rainmaker, but that's one to dive into, and
Yeah.
so that's also what I love to do. But for live, it needs to be a little more hands-on, I think. And I should really know what I can do with it, so I can instantly change something and know what it will do. But yeah, if it makes me happy, it has to make me happy. The module, that's it. Yeah,
I like that answer.
yeah. It's actually really simple.
You touched on, if for live use, it has to be kind of immediate. Do
Yeah.
you? I know you spend a lot of time making music, and you post. You're a very prolific poster on social media. Do you? I know it's kind of a false dichotomy question. But do you enjoy the studio recording more, or do you enjoy the live performances more?
Live performances. Yeah. I think when I am recording or when I am working on tracks, I always want it to be some kind of a live recording, because then I can capture the moment the best, or the feeling of that moment. So I was very happy to have recorded the set for noise engineering in one take.
Nice.
Because if I have to do it more often, then it's like rehearsing. Then then I will know a bit what I'm going to do and what I want it to sound like. And if I have a little bit of a, how do you call that? I built a skeleton to work with. Is that something you say in English?
Yeah.
I don't know. Say it in Dutch, but and then I can improvise with that. So yeah, I love to improvise and then record something which I can use for a track. So yeah, if I had to choose, live recording.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned kind of here, but also when we spoke previously a bit about taking your time, getting sort of confident in making music. So you would put music up on SoundCloud and then take it down. And but more recently, you've become way more confident and as I said, quite prolific in posting and making really amazing music. And very, very well supported, and rightfully so, by the community.
Yeah.
I suspect that is part of the answer to this question. But you've said that you've really experienced a boost in confidence. What do you attribute that to?
I think I was always a person who didn't really like to put herself out there or sell yourself via social media. But I think 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I started to do that and started to record things I was doing. And then I noticed that not only I was liking it, but also people on Instagram liked it. And I got to know people and posted more often. And then it gave me a boost to know other people liked it too. And then I was like, actually, a friend of mine, she was in a car crash and she didn't survive about, I think, 2 years ago. And then
Sorry.
made me think things. That made me think, okay, what am I doing now with my life? Do I still enjoy my job? I always wanted to make music and to do that professionally, but I never took the leap. And then I was like, okay, fuck it. I want to do this. I have to do this. If I don't do this, I will forever regret it. So then I just switched and
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. So I actually really liked it to put stuff on Instagram, and I got to know so many great people like you, and I don't know, the whole modular community, and it's amazing.
It's a really great community and such a supportive community.
Yeah.
It's really nice to be a part of.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to see you continuing to put out so much music and so much content, because it's just, I think yours is one of my favorite accounts to follow. Everything that you put out there is just so, I mean, you have a wide range of music, but it's also like everything that you produce is really enjoyable. It's really nice to hear.
Thanks.
So I know that you have a really big show coming up in July. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah. It's it's for the Stone Techno Festival in Essen, Germany. And it's actually one of my first big live performances. It's 1 hour of techno live. So I think I'm one of the only ones next to Kink. He's also doing a live show. And me. And the rest are DJ sets. So yeah, it's really exciting to be playing for an hour live.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really cool festival. It's on this how do you call it? It's the Ruhr area. It's where the old coal mines were. So it's a real industrial environment. You call it that way.
Yeah. Wow. That sounds amazing. So when is that? That's July.
July 10th and July 9th and 10th.
Yeah. So everybody in Europe, if you can make it
come
to
visit. I'm here.
It's out of the question for me, but I suspect there are plenty of viewers here that would like to be there for that.
I would love that. I would love to meet also. So.
And so, what else do you have on the horizon?
I have a gig at the University of Cologne, it's called in English. Köln in Germany. It will be an experimental live set, so that's nice. I can noodle on soundscape and opening for a tech conference in June for 2 days. I will be opening the festival. And yeah, I have to finish an EP. I'm working on a techno EP also. So I think that's hard to finish tracks because I'm more of a creator. I like to make stuff, and then if I have to finish it, I'm bored. So it's a bit of a problem, but finishing tracks is on the top of my list.
So you need to record a live album, is what we're learning.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to do that. Yeah, yeah. Let's do that.
And I guess, what are your aspirations? What's your dream from here?
My dream, well, to do more live shows, and I'm also practicing DJ sets with this one. So yeah, what I would love to do is techno DJ sets and maybe hybrid DJ sets. So bring a drum computer and change it up with the Octatrack or and techno live sets and ambient live sets. So and just to produce music, and can also be music for film, or I would love to do that also. So that's I'm already going there, but that's just what I want to do and what I'm going to do.
It seems like you are doing a lot of techno stuff these days, and I know you've done a lot of ambient in the past. Do you enjoy one of those more than the other, or are you just kind of even between them?
No, I don't know. My love for electronic music started with techno, I think. But I think there are also it overlaps. It has overlap, techno and ambient.
Sure.
But no, I don't know. It also depends on my mood. Sometimes I just want to be like, and the next day I just want to chill and clear my mind. And make ambient music, and I think I can lose myself more in ambient music. So if I want to clear my mind, I go to do that, or pick a granular module, or the GR1 by Tasty Chips Electronics. I don't know if you don't know that one. That's amazing. And and if I feel like, not feeling angry, but if my emotions are different, I would like to make techno.
That makes total sense.
Yeah. No, I don't like one more than the other. I love it both, but maybe for live or in the club, I would do more techno.
Makes sense. Yeah. Well, Megan, it has been such an incredible pleasure to finally meet you and get to talk to you.
Same.
And
Same.
I thank you so much for being part of the Noiseblast. It's been a joy to have your music on and just to get to talk to you. So everybody, please check out. If you're watching the Noiseblast, you know Megan and you know her work, but make sure that you go check out her work. Where can they find your work if they if somehow they don't know who you are?
Well, if you don't know me, no, I'm kidding. No, yeah, on my Instagram and YouTube, and I'm planning on uploading some of my live performances onto Bandcamp. Maybe make a little live EP of stuff I already did, but yeah. So I will put something up on Bandcamp.
Okay, and we'll link all of those in the description. So check Megan out if you already have not. And so Megan, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
And that does it for this episode of the Noiseblast Hour, sponsored by Noise Engineering. We hope you enjoyed it. We all did, I can tell you. Remember to like and subscribe so that you never miss an episode. We've got lots more lined up that are going to be really epic and amazing. Don't forget to join us for those. Subscribe so that you never miss one. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.